oakhillct.org.
Henry, can you double check and make
make sure
we're
everything's
not
turned
super
off.
loud, because our first segment
Was loud, and
very
the
loud.
golfers, a couple putts were missed, and maybe we cost somebody $1 million.
Well, we're really
we're kidding.
close to T10, and just over
Yeah.
the way, over the fence. See, we can't see it, so it's out of sight, out
And
of
we
mind.
can't hear it, by the way. We have headphones on, so we don't know that.
Right.
So what they did was they brought the speakers back from years ago, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
They used to have them on the tables, and people didn't know what they were.
Right.
And we used to talk to the people at the tables in the breaks.
As they were eating their hamburgers
and say,
glizzies.
"Oh, that hot dog looks really good," and they wouldn't know where it was coming from, because the tables were actually over a little bit where all these other new build-outs are, and so they brought them back this year, and they were turned on pretty loud, and so Nathan Grube just had to run all the way from the
Yeah, tournament director Nathan Grube is running
when,
at us.
When the tournament director is full sprinting at us, we know we did something wrong.
Sorry.
Listen, it wouldn't be my life any if I didn't get caught doing something wrong.
It's
and
not
I was
the
sent,
Travelers unless you get yelled
sent to
at.
the principals. Listen, I had some dude in a truck harassing me on the highway. And I'm like, dude, it's dead stop traffic. Where do you think you're going?
I'm trying to find out who's on 10 right now to see who has been mad at us. Let's see. I'm still down. It's really down.
You know
on the
who I know it's
leaderboard.
not? VJ Singh.
Ooh.
So years ago, this
I
is a
found
great
out who
story.
it
So
was.
VJ Singh, my voice carries, and anybody who knows
You're
it.
kind of a
around me,
loudy.
I am a loudy, and I'm almost deaf in one ear anyway, so I don't know how loud I can be.
Yeah.
So doing this show, you're supposed to, talk like a golf play-by-play guy like Jim Nantz.
Right, right.
He's on hole number 18. Anyway, so VJ Singh would always be giving me these dirty looks from the practice green.
Yeah.
Because he's out there for 8 hours a day.
He kind of knows our show this way.
Yeah,
He's
and so
not a fan,
after the
but he
first
knows
couple
our
of
show.
years, he would then he just started ignoring us. But
Hey, we were helping him out, man. We were making, there's people that are going to talk.
here's my thing, man. I pitched in front of 50,000 people
Exactly,
booing
Rob.
me. Why can't you play in front of a few thousand people booing you?
I say this every year. And
Happy Gilmore's the greatest movie ever, because when the guy is standing there going, jackass, that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be standing over a $4 million putt with complete silence. People holding up signs. Quiet.
You know how many middle school basketball games I've been to as an adult where I've tried to make the kid miss the free throw? Plenty. We're doing this to 12-year-olds.
Caddyshack, the guy's yelling, I'm missing Noonan. Missing.
Like out here, you got all these silence Nazis, and I'm not talking about group. I'm talking about the people with the quiet please signs.
The volunteers.
And dude,
And they have a little bit of power because they have a quiet sign in their hand.
never forget the lady that I brought to the first Travelers tournament and said, weren't we just at a basketball game trying to make kids miss free throws? And we're out here and we can't talk while they're putting. And then she asked me, aren't they, good? They're,
The best on the planet.
I was like, yeah, this is the best golfers in the world. Well, why do they have to have it so quiet? Great question. I can't answer that.
I can't answer it either, because I love college basketball, and now they put these big heads, fat heads up. They put all kinds of pictures up.
We are the league leaders.
Yeah,
in
we are
this
the
and make
league
people
leader
miss.
in annoying fans.
Yes.
And so then you come out here to the Travelers, you're like, I can't annoy anybody? I have to be quiet right now?
So I think this is Peter and Lois's second cousin, Ben Griffin, who is on the
Not Brian Griffin?
Not Brian the dog. No, this is Ben, the second cousin of Family Guy, that's out there on hole 10 right now, who I don't think appreciates the Rob Dibble show. So we have a new show enemy, and it is Ben Griffin.
That's okay. We have listen. You get a lot of listeners with
Get
people
on
that
the
don't
list,
like you.
Griffin.
That's right. There's a lot of people that listen because they don't like us, and we're happy with that. The more, the merrier. Listen, Howard Stern always talks about that. He's like, listen, 30% of my fans love me, 70% hate me.
Right.
They keep listening.
Tell me about Garrett Cole. What did you
Garrett
think
Cole was
last
very
night?
good last night. He was solid. I called 85 pitches last night.
Yeah. What did he
I
end
think
up
he
with?
threw, let me grab it real quick, 62. They
Ooh.
cut him very short.
What was that, 5 innings?
It was four innings, couple of runs, 5 punch-outs. And here's the thing, though. People went wild. And we've had Gary Sheffield Jr. on our show, and he talked about this. Like, how did you not know to have your bullpen ready, like 4th, 5th, 6th inning with Cole?
Yeah.
So Marinaccio was not ready, came in, threw an inning, gave up a couple more runs, and they were down early. Now, they did battle back. Stanton hit a 3-run home run. They came back, tied it up, went extras, and they lost in the 10th inning. One of them was I don't know who was caught stealing, but trying to steal second base in extra innings, and Rushman, who we talk about a lot. Catchers are not throwing people out, especially Yankee catchers. Rushman threw out a Yankee base stealer in the 10th inning, so that sealed the deal 7-6. But it was a great game. It was nice
Orioles
to see
are
Cole.
a good team, man.
Yep,
Orioles are a
but
good
again,
team.
Cole having not pitched in, I don't know, 9 months in a competitive game, 62 pitches, 41 for strikes, and that should be something for all young pitchers, dude. Just throw it over the plate. Go attack these hitters, and you'll go deeper into a game.
So I found out who this guy is. I saw this headline this morning. I did not know who this guy is. At first, when I just saw the headline, it said Yankees add pitcher Hill. And I thought, are we talking about Rich over the hill right now?
He's still alive.
We're not talking about him, though.
No.
It's his second cousin, Tim Hill. Like, where's Tim Hill from? Former White Soxer, was just on the White Sox. He's 34 years old, kid out of California. Journeyman, bouncing around the league, kind of a lefty.
Still surviving, though.
Submarine action, kind of comes down from the waist.
We call those knuckle draggers. They're awesome.
A little knuckle dragger there. They're just adding him to the bullpen to help out the pitching staff of the New York Yankees.
Well, because, listen, with Cole coming back, his next outing, maybe they let him go 75. He's not happy that they took him out after 62. But, listen, Cole is one of the most stubborn guys out there. It's like Scherzer, Cole, Verlander, guys like that. You got to protect them from themselves. This guy is money for the postseason. And, honestly, the fact that he's back right now is the start of spring training for him. I think he's ahead of schedule. Maybe let him go 70, 75 the next outing. But you really want to – it isn't even about yesterday. It's about today. How does he feel?
That's what you always say.
How does his body react to what he did last night? And so really when he's, in the training room, and I'm sure he's in there right now because they have a 4 o'clock start, they're checking him out. He's the most important piece to this cog because he's going to start every important game from September 1st on for the Yankees this year.
So now the Yankees are only 3 games up in the win column on the Baltimore Orioles. So that's still, a game and a half?
They're still up on everybody else, though, man. These guys, these two teams, the Orioles and the Yankees, are really the cream of the crop. The Red Sox, after sweeping the Blue Jays, are 5 games over 500. They're the nearest team in the division, 10.5 back. Rays, awful this year. 4 games underwater at 15 games back. Blue Jays are right there after getting swept 15 games back. So a lot of breathing room between first and second place and third place.
But let me make these Yankee fans nervous here. Even though the record's great and what you say is totally true, they are not very good in the division. Now with these 2 losses, they're 3 games under 500 in the division.
Right.
Yeah, I continue to think this, and I've been thinking this for the last couple of years. Even the year when they got bounced by the Houston Astros, I would say since Boone's there, they do a great job of winning the should-win games.
Absolutely.
They do
the sub-500 teams.
Correct. Like, they feast on the bottom feeders of the league. My biggest complaint with the New York Yankees is you got to beat these good teams, too, especially the good teams in your division. It used to be Tampa Bay. Now it's Baltimore. If you can't get by Baltimore in these kind of series, I don't see you getting by them in a division playoff series.
Clay Holmes has been rotten the last couple of weeks. They are 10-9 in one-run games. Clay Holmes got the loss last night. So, I hear this all the time. I hate this guy. This guy blows. Edwin Diaz, he begged that. There's a lot of pressure on you, in this because of social media. Now, back in my day, it would take a while before people recognized the box scores and knew the blown saves, and you were losing games in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, things like that. But listen, this is Aaron Boone's territory. This is the difference between good and bad managers. The last 9 outs of a game.
Yeah.
And so don't just put this on Clay Holmes. He can share the wealth. He can bring in other guys. Like if it's a 4-run game and, the guy puts a couple runners on, you don't have to bring Clay Holmes in to get a save. Let that guy finish it out. Leave Holmes alone. So that one of the biggest problems and I think misunderstandings is you don't have to overuse your closers, and because you should have 2 or 3 in the bullpen. Share the wealth. Let some of these other guys get save opportunities. Back Clay Holmes down a little bit from these. I hate this term, high leverage. But these pressure situations, and I hate that term too. But back this guy off a little bit. Maybe bring him in the 7th inning to kill a rally.
You're
you
talking
know?
about going against the script, sir.
Exactly.
And we
And
don't
that's the
do that in New
and the
York.
problem is when you have a guy like an analytics nerd like Aaron Boone, he's getting killed by these analytics things. Go with your gut. Leave some of these guys out there. You probably didn't need to pull Cole until after the 5th inning, but you were told
That's the
65 pitches,
That's
Boone,
the
or we're going to
script.
fire you.
Mhm.
And he pulled that guy, and then the bullpen basically gave it up right after Cole.
So we are short today. Well, we're early today, and we're quitting.
I haven't been
early
short in a long
today.
time,
Yeah,
Benny.
we're both over 6 foot. So
I think I was about 12 before the last time I was under 6 feet tall.
Yankees bumping us from our normal 3 to 7 schedule. We're used to that, but we're not really used to the middle of the afternoon. A 3:25 pregame and a 4:05 first pitch. Orioles Yankees final game of the series. Cole Irvin on the hill for the Baltimore Orioles, and I would say the Yankees' best pitcher,
Rendon.
especially not Rondon.
Rondon.
Luis Gil, 9-1.
Gil.
Gil, 2-point-something ERA. He's been the best. I mean, all these other big money guys, they're great and all, and they're probably going to be there in the playoffs, and they're the guys.
Well,
you gotta give the
he's
ball
a young
to.
buck, and he throws hard, and he can get away with throwing extra hard.
9-1, man.
Yep.
9-1. So they're trying to salvage this series and not get swept. They got the guy on the mound to do it.
Well, no, they're split. They're 1-1.
Oh, they
So,
did win.
Yeah, they
I'm
won the
sorry,
first one 4-2.
sorry.
That's okay.
Is Judge
That's
playing
okay.
today? That's the question.
That's the thing. I guess Judge was healthy last night and was very upset that they took him out of the lineup. So again, safety first, caution. Guy got hit by a pitch. And then they were talking. We didn't even talk really about this. The retaliation that they hit. I think they hit Gunderson.
Gunderson,
in like the
Gunnar
7th
Henderson,
or
but
Gunnar
I love
Henderson,
Gunderson.
but I keep saying
I love
Gunderson.
it though, Gunderson.
I played with an Eric Gunderson. That's why I keep screwing that up.
Gunderson.
Anyway, they drilled him for no reason. They're down 3 runs. They drill this guy, and they make it seem like, okay, we're getting you back for hitting. Then, so of course today, you go on social media and they show the 20 guys that the Yankees have hit in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
As they continue to pitch inside. So when you come out and you say, I don't like someone pitching inside, it's insane. That's like saying I don't like somebody playing defense in basketball, or I don't like somebody goaltending in hockey. That's insane. So you got to pitch inside. The biggest complaint right now that I think any former player has is you guys don't pitch inside enough.
Right.
So there's nothing to keep hitters honest. Everybody dives. Everybody's getting in there, getting too much of the outside portion of the plate. Go back and watch Bob Gibson and Don Drysdale pitch if you have a problem with pitching inside. Those 2 Hall of Famers, if you even looked at them funny, knocked you down. And so the difference is today they don't teach it properly. But I looked at the film on Judge. I looked at the film on Torres. I've watched the replays. Those guys were both diving. They both got hit diving towards the outside portion of the plate, and that's to keep you honest. And if you don't like it, don't dive.
So Judge
Don't be a cheater.
is I don't actually.
And I don't mean
know if
cheater.
this is-
I mean don't try to cheat on my heat outside and try to hit home runs to right center field.
But I kind of like it, like everything that's going on. And I'm looking at it as a baseball
I
fan,
love bad
not
blood.
a Yankee baseball fan. But yeah, like I'm a Judge fan. Judge is my favorite Yankee.
I love Judge.
And I understand it didn't hurt him.
No, 'cause
But-
he's a big boy. He's not a baby.
You're not hitting our best player, man. Even if it was a little oopsie. Here's a little oopsie our way. And I understand they've hit 20 guys, but have they hit the best player on the team? This is Judge.
Some of them they have.
I'm
but
sorry.
yeah.
You can hit Volpe all day. Hit him all day. I might not do anything or even care. Blink. It's a great base. Hey, he's on. All right. You hit my guy, Judge. You're hitting my
And
guy.
I even said this to my wife who's complaining about, well, they just hit Torres too, and she's a Red Sox fan. I'm like, you should be happy they're drilling the
Exactly.
Yankees. But they deserve to hit. I'm like, listen, this guy's hitting 220 or 210.
Helped him
I'm
out.
not hitting that guy.
Right.
You put him on base. You helped his
Exactly.
on base percentage.
Exactly.
So I'm like, that. I'm not hitting that guy. That's the thing. The common sense thing is that upsets me the most is that when people overthink something, it's just business. My
Right.
business, trying to keep my
Right.
job, feed my family, kind of thing. I got to pitch both sides of the plate,
And
that's the
we're
way
gonna
I
see you
teach young
again.
kids.
We're
right?
gonna see you again.
We're going to see you again. And here's the thing. Manfred made it so you don't see each other 6 more
I know,
times.
I know.
want the Orioles to play me three at home and 3 in our place 6 more times a year. Now we're going to play some interleague games. So the Orioles are going to play like the Cubs. There's no bad blood there.
Right.
I want to see the Orioles play the Red Sox. I want to see them play the Blue Jays. I want to see the Yankees play the Orioles. I want to see them play the Rays. I love bad blood. That's great for the sport. It's great for the fan bases. So, Manfred has maybe made this game way too friendly. I love it that these guys don't like each other.
So true. And I was thinking about that last night, too, just knowing that, what is it, 16 times or is it 13?
13.
13 times.
We're down to 13
so
now.
that's really 4 series.
Yeah.
And if something happens, even in the positive sense, like let's say Judge goes out there and hits 3 home runs tonight, and you are going to be thinking about that as an Orioles player for the rest of the season.
That's right.
If you are in one of these interleague series, like with the Cubs, and all of a sudden Bellinger hits 3 home runs against you, pimps the home run, throws the bat in Yankee Stadium over the netting, hits your girlfriend in the head, you can't do anything about it.
No.
They're going back to Chicago. Maybe if they meet up in the World Series, you'll be able to get back at Bellinger. But the way the league's set up right now with the schedule, there aren't those kind of matchups like there used to be.
Well, and here's the thing for me. Come September, the Orioles play the Yankees 3 times? Yeah. Orioles play the Yankees 3 times. They play the Red Sox 3 games. What if there's like 2 games separating these teams?
True.
You're not going to play them. But you know who they are playing a lot in September? The Detroit Tigers, the San Francisco Giants, teams that who the heck cares? So this is what I'm talking about. These stupid Manfred scheduling things because he wants to have interleague play and he wants to just like spread out all of this stuff.
He thinks it's better for the fans.
It's not. You want the beauty about 162 games is that it can come down to the last day of the season and one game to decide who's going to the postseason.
Right.
That's the beauty. The mathematics behind it is insane. And now you're taking that away. 3 against Boston, in Boston, and then 3 against New York. So Baltimore has no home field advantage in September if they're fighting to win the division.
We'll see what happens in the end and how it shakes out. But
I love the Orioles, though, man. They're well built. They built up the minor league system. Great drafting.
Yeah.
They've done a really nice job. And, yeah, they can't compete with a $300 million payroll like the Yankees have or the Dodgers or the Mets. So being able to do it through your minor league system is the way it used to be done.
And, like, speaking of sticking with the script, like, it's one thing to have a script during a game, and I don't think the Orioles do. I think they